Someone left a comment asking if you have to be vegan once you spiritually awaken. Stick around and let's talk about it. Hi, I'm Veronica and welcome to the Wholeness Shift. If this is your first time here, welcome. And if you are already part of our awesome community and you're coming back, welcome back. You know I love you. I teach people about easy, practical spirituality, and I help you navigate your spiritual awakening. I talk a lot about intentional living. We talk about all the things on this channel. We talk about aliens and dreams and spirit guides and all of it. So if this interests you, hit the subscribe button below. Not only does it help out my channel and help get this out to the people who want to see it, but I don't want you to miss out on anything good. Before we get started, I want to take a moment to talk about something that a lot of you have asked me about over the last few years. When I posted a video a few years ago about the Akashic Records reading that I had done, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, I will link to it below. You guys all made it very clear that this is something you want to learn more about, you want to have done for yourself. A lot of you asked, how can you learn to do this yourself for other people? You want to get trained. So I have some exciting news for you right now. Yasmin, the woman who did my Akashic Records reading, she also did one for a few of my daughters, who's just amazing. She has developed a course so that she can train other people to become readers. And I know this was a wildly popular topic and a lot of you were interested in this, so I wanted to make sure you knew about it. Open enrollment is for all of February 2023, and then the course starts in March and it goes for 2 months, so over March and April. And she trains you to become a reader and she teaches you everything that you need to know about it. She doesn't just teach you how to read for yourself, but she teaches you how to read for others so that you can become a professional Akashic Records reading and start a business if this is what you're interested in. If you've had a reading done, you know just how information is packed into that reading. If you saw the video that I made of my reading, you know that it's long. It's like 1.5 hours long, and I had to cut out at least half of the information. The original video was, I believe it was over 3 hours long. You learn so much about yourself through these readings, and it opens your eyes to so many things that you didn't know. It makes you feel so validated on so many levels because it validates things that you knew about yourself or that you always felt, or I don't know. I recommend it for everybody. If you have the means to go get one of these readings, I recommend it. And when you learn to do these for other people, you're offering so much to humanity. This is a real gift of service, and it's a small way that you can help with this ascension process and help with the healing of humanity and the opening of hearts and the expanding of consciousness. This is a way that you can play a major role in that. I already knew that I was a starseed, and I already knew that I had connections to a lot of various star systems. Like I have a lot of Arcturian connections, Sirius, Pleiadian. I have a couple of lion being guides. You know what I'm saying. But one of the things I didn't know was that I am a Spican starseed. I had never heard of Spica, and S-P-I-C-A. I had never heard of Spica before, and when she told me this and she described what that meant and what the energy felt like, suddenly these light bulbs came on and it all made sense, because I always have this very specific energy that I feel. I'm clairsentient, if you didn't know, and I have the ability to feel energy and to be greatly affected by energy. And there was always this very specific energy that some of my guides had and that I would feel, and when she described it, I'm like, that's it. That's exactly what I experience. Yes. And after she had told me about this and I learned about it, I had a couple of dreams that I believe were related to that. And anyways, it was just very interesting, the things that I learned about myself. So if this is something that you want to check out, I will leave all of the information and the links down in the description box. And she did give us a 10% off discount code if you want to sign up for this, and I will put that in the description box below. Okay, back to business. So when you go through a spiritual awakening, it is not uncommon to find yourself developing a desire to shift more towards a plant-based lifestyle. That's extremely common. Some people go completely vegan. Some people do a modified version of it. That's not uncommon. But is it required? Is it necessary? No, it is not. That's the simple answer. No. You always have free will. This life is exactly what you're creating and what you want it to look like. And you have the decision to do whatever you want to do and whatever feels right to you. I know that some people disagree with me and they're like, no, you have to go vegan. But I think anything that is that polarized is a very 3D stance to take. And I view it as a very ungrounded, unintegrated standpoint. The more you grow and expand your mind, you realize that it's all up to you. It's whatever you want it to be. Now, will you naturally be drawn towards a plant-based lifestyle? Yes, probably. And the reason for that is because the more light-filled your being and your consciousness becomes, and the more you start shedding away the physical 3D polarized density, the denseness of this 3D reality, you become more filled with light and love. Your body naturally seeks sustenance that is also filled with more light and love. If you think of something that's been processed and sealed in a can for years and sitting on a shelf, there's not as much light and life inside of that can as something that was just freshly grown in a garden. That still has all of the light from the sun infused into each of those cells. If you think of how high vibrational a tomato or a carrot or something that was just grown in a garden is versus a poor animal that was kept in a slaughterhouse and went through trauma, and you know, there's a lot of that low vibrating energy inside the cells of that animal. They don't really compare on a level of light and life infused food. So your body and your consciousness will naturally start craving and be more drawn and aligned with the foods that are light and life infused. You with me? However, there are still some people that, due to their genetic makeup, require at least some form of animal-based product in their diet. And I'm one of them, whether I like it or not. My third eye is going crazy right now, so it's making my nose all itchy and tingly. It's driving me crazy. Anyways, I used to feel kind of guilty about this. I'm like, why am I still eating meat? I shouldn't want to eat meat. I should be doing this. I should. And so I was talking to my guide about this, Spomi. If you don't know, Spomi is my main guide. And he reinforced to me that some people require it, and it's not a judgment-based thing. You shouldn't judge it. It just is. And anyone who chooses, whether they require it or they choose it, there should be no judgment involved, because that's their journey and their path. Some people, because of their specific makeup, they require these animal products, and if they don't get them, their health is going to suffer. There may be people who just feel miserable. They feel like garbage all the time if they're just strictly plant-based, or they may become severely anemic. And I know that there are those people who will argue and say, well, not if you're doing it right. For you. That's okay for you. But there are some people who, no matter what they do, their health is going to suffer if they don't have at least some red meat or chicken or fish or something in their diet. So what SPOMI taught me is that if you're in a situation or a time where you choose or need to eat animal products, if at all possible, try to get the products that are organic or grass-fed or free range or something like that, so that you are choosing out of those options, you're choosing the healthiest, highest vibrating option available to you. Even if it costs a little bit more, if you're able to, invest in that, because investing in that is investing in your health. You want to take in things that are treated as ethically as possible from companies that are as ethical as possible. I have a couple of points to make before we wrap this up. One, try to always release the judgment towards yourself and others. Do what feels right for you, and know that other people are doing what they see right for themselves. And if there are any consequences that go along with those decisions, those are their consequences, not yours. So just try to remove yourself from judgment and rise above it. Second of all, always listen to your body. Never force food on it that doesn't feel good. Try to give your body what it wants when it wants it. And third, always trust yourself. Go within and ask yourself, how does this feel? And then respond accordingly. Say, I hear other people saying that I should be vegan if I'm spiritually awake, but I really feel like I want to have this piece of salmon. Is that okay with me? And then do what your body says, not what peer pressure says. What does your body say? Or perhaps you're like, I know I've been eating pretty much plant-based. Man, my body is seriously craving a steak. Like, I really feel like I need a big steak and a baked potato. Am I okay with that? See what your body says. Or you could, vice versa, you could be like, I hear other people saying that, like, 100% cutting out all animal products, milk, cheese, meat, everything is something that I am supposed to do. Does that feel right to me? And your body's either gonna go, yes, or it's gonna go, no, we don't need to do that. We're okay. You don't have to give in to peer pressure. Follow your gut, see what resonates as truth with you, stay in alignment with what's right for you, and move accordingly. All right, I hope this helped and answered your questions. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on this. And if you haven't yet, it helps me so much if you hit the like button and the subscribe button. I know at least 50% of you that regularly watch my videos are not subscribed. So if you wouldn't mind, please hit the subscribe button and the like button. It helps me so much. Thank you. Until next time.